Good morning, Richard here again with another edition of Roof Inspections. We are in Indian River County today for the entire day. We have several to do down here in Indian River County. Our first stop takes us to 3970 Fooshe Avenue in Sebastian. This roof was actually put on in 2016 and the customer doesn't have any complaints. There's no current leaks, but she just wants to get an overall condition report of the roof condition, the condition of the roofing, so that she can report back to insurance if there's ever any problems. She wants to document anything in advance to make sure that she's ahead of any claims that may need to be made. So that's what we're here today to do. We'll get started. Shingles overall look to be in good condition. I believe this is a GAF product. Not certain of the color. Very minimal amount of traffic, foot traffic maybe. Doesn't look like anything terrible damage related. I don't see any shingles missing anywhere. Has a standard ridge vent on it, screwed in place with wood zacks. Pretty common. That's a style ridge vent, but there's the end plug in there. End plug is secure. They did a repair around this chimney here. Did a pretty good job actually. Put a nice rain diverter, a cricket behind there, metal pan cricket. Everything looks pretty decent. Probably about how I would have did it. I wouldn't have reused the step flashing, but it looks like they just did the counter metal. They didn't change any shingles here. Just fixed the counter metal, and there is some foot traffic here from that repair. Nothing major that would need to be replaced. But in time, I guess that would maybe take away from some of the life expectancy. This is kind of damaged right here, but nothing that would be immediate threat or need repair immediately. Maybe just keep an eye on it in the future. Yeah, roof's in pretty fair condition. Have a TV satellite here. Never really recommend that we mount them in that way. This is the recommended source of mounting. I'm surprised they're not using that mount. There is a bracket there and a post there, but they still have it right through the roofing. Not sure why. Some other type of a dish. You notice a little bit of fading on the edges. It's pretty common. Nothing that requires any repairs. No damages there. Everything's looking pretty good so far. They do have solar power attic fans here. I never recommend to customers that they put them right next to ridge vent in that manner because they're not pulling air from the soffit down here where they're supposed to. The perforated holes in the soffit down here are supposed to breathe fresh air in through your attic and out through these exhaust holes. When you put them so close to a ridge vent in that manner, you're just pulling fresh air from this ridge vent. You're not pulling it from down low where it should be, and there's actually two of them back here. If you have these solar powered attic fans, you have to eliminate the ridge vent. And then just to point out, there's no ridge vent over there on the garage section. There's a giant stretch, maybe 40 feet of space that doesn't have a ridge vent. Yeah. Moving right along here. I don't see anything major, no major damages. There's a little foot traffic maybe, but nothing that requires any immediate repair. This is kind of uncommon. I don't know if this is paint or fading. I'm thinking that maybe it's paint. That maybe it's some overspray on the edges right there where they maybe painted the property at some time. At first I thought maybe it's fading, but it wouldn't be there concentrated to the edge like that. Maybe just some paint overspray. When we come over this ridge here, a little bit of a check mark where maybe there's something touched it. Maybe I know that it requires any repair. But as you come over this ridge here, the one thing that I did notice about this property is there's something going on with this one truss. It's going to be difficult to see in the video, but there's a high truss right here. And it stretches from the edge all the way up to the ridge. Try to get a different angle here so you can see it better. Difficult to see through this video. But on this bit of a transition, there's some shingles that have been damaged right here. I'm not sure what's going on. Looks like some holes right here. Holes right here. Hole right there. You can kind of see where that truss is high right there. Making this area of roofing stick up. Putting added pressure on those laps of the shingles. Not sure why there would be holes there though, but I do see some holes right here. Ironically, super strange. There's more holes right there. It looks like maybe at some point somebody tried to cover this up or something with a tarp and nailed it down and just pulled the nails out of it. Hard to say what that hole is from, but they are literally from the edge up to the ridge. Take some still pictures of that, point it out to the customer, let them know to keep their eye on it. So there you have it. I mean, that's basically what we're going to do on an inspection. We're going to check it out, make sure there's no missing shingles, make sure there's no scarring or scuffing or any areas that look concerning. If you need an inspection done like this, just let us know. 321-482-7220, Richards Roofing. Thank you. Have a great weekend.